sit well with me.
Jordan Gonzalez, the child of an immigrant mother and a content creator, says the Trump administration's aggressive immigration crackdown sparked a digital firestorm on his social media.
It was almost like a cry for help from the community. So I just had the idea of why don't we get a couple of content creators and why don't we do what we do best, which is create content.
So he put out a call to action on his TikTok account.
We have a project that we want to put out, and it's going to take all of us.
We wanted to send a love letter to the immigrant community and basically let them know that we hear them and that we're not going to stay quiet.
Paving roads with sweat and prayers.
For Wendy Amara, a life coach and content creator, the reaction was immediate.
When I saw Jordan's video and I saw what he was trying to do in terms of his intention, I was like, yes. You are speaking to my heart. My family's from Guatemala, so I feel Guatemalan, but I feel 100% American too.
However, her sense of belonging profoundly shaken when President Trump, fulfilling campaign promises, issued a series of executive orders targeting immigration and border security. Fear of deportation becoming a daily reality for some.
I'm the child of two worlds.
Sara Plazola, a substitute teacher and a content creator, says she has seen it firsthand.
We're scared that we're going to get snatched off the street. We have to find avenues and pathways and ways just to even come together in your own little community. And I'm Latina, I'm first generation, and although I have the privileges of being a U.S. citizen, I know my counterparts don't.
Under the Biden administration, images of asylum seekers arriving in the U.S. flooded TV screens, emphasizing a fractured immigration system. Gonzalo Almedo says it's important to remember the human stories behind these numbers.
We belong! When I read the poem, it ended up and it started with "We belong." And that's when I was like, I'm dropping everything that I need to do because I need to put my time and effort to make this right. I didn't feel like I belonged here, and I didn't feel like I belonged where I came from. From all I knew is that, like, I wanted to belong somewhere.
Murderers, kidnappers, drug traffickers, and thieves.
President Trump's language frequently focuses on undocumented individuals with criminal records or the influx of drugs at the southern border. Critics note he rarely mentions the economic and cultural benefits of immigrants.
This is a group of people who have contributed so much to this country and continue to contribute it. So that's really the message that we want to remind everybody, that regardless of what you hear and see, you do belong in this country.
A very strong and important message there. Jordan Gonzalez, Sara Plazola, and Wendy Amara are joining us this morning to talk about this initiative. Thank you all so much for being with us.
Thank you for having us.
Beautiful to see how you guys put that message together. Tell me more about the project so far and how this all came together.
So I want to say in January, when the administration first came into office, obviously we saw a lot of negative rhetoric happening online. So to me, I felt like we needed to give it a response. Because, you know, obviously growing up in LA and being around the immigrant community, we knew that the narrative was false. So, you know, what better way than to use our platforms to send a message? So I sent an invite on TikTok. A lot of content creators came together, and we basically sent a love letter to the immigrant community, but also a message to the administration and to this country that, you know, immigrants do belong in this country.
And it's such a strong way to send a message. So many people nowadays, and we talk about this for news information or clicking through social media, and it really impacts how we feel about situations.
Yeah, I believe content creators are the new storytellers. It's how we digest stories fast now versus before you'd go watch a film, maybe you felt inspired. Right. Now I feel like where you're getting your news and everything is through social media. And so I think we're using the tool to the best of our ability.
I think this is really cool. There's an in-between experience that you guys talk about in We Belong. Tell us a little bit more about that, Sara.
Our in-between, when we started, it was just initially just a group of people, but now as the time has been going on, more people have been wanting to join in and wanting to help out just because we're seeing everything that's happening, and so more people want to get involved somehow in some way, and it's just nice being able to be surrounded by everyone who has the same goal to try and protect our community.
Yeah, and the same goal, but I'd imagine different stories and different experiences, which further adds to the message. So, Wendy, tell us a little bit more about some of the stories you all have been hearing.
Yeah, so what's happening out in the world right now is so sad, especially in Los Angeles with raids happening and the way the immigrant community feels right now, which is really almost like being terrorized. What we're hearing is stories of people who are scared to leave their house. They're scared to go to the grocery store. They're scared to just get regular supplies for the day. They're no longer working at the local taco stands. And our video and what we're trying to do is bringing a little bit of peace and love and unity to our community so that we feel a little bit safer, and to remind them that there are people that are willing to take a stand for what's right and there are people that are willing to be their voice if no one else can be their voice.
Absolutely. And the comment section is always filled with voices. So I'm wondering the reactions you all are getting.
I think the majority of it's been positive.
That's good.
Right?
Yeah,
I think we can
it's so
agree.
nice seeing everyone.
Yeah, I think the communities felt like they feel seen and heard.
Yeah.
And so I think it's we're able to use our platforms to represent them. So I think it's been overall positive.
Beautiful. And how can people see more of the content? I know you guys are going to have more coming out.
Yeah, so we have a group page. It's called rootsandwings_org. And so that's where we're putting out content that's informative, educational, and inspiring as well.
Amazing. Any ideas for any videos you guys want to do soon?
We do. We want to.
We were just talking about this backstage.
I know
Like,
content
what's
creators
next?
are always turning. That's why I was like, what do you
Yeah.
guys, just quickly, a few things you want to put
I
out
think
next?
we've seen a lot of wins in, like, for the city of Bell. We saw the community come together and get ICE out. And so I was thinking of making a video that's kind of a response, peaceful defiance, but saying you tried to come in, but we're standing up.
Okay. I know you guys are going to continue to share your messages. Jordan, Sarah, and Wendy, thank you so much for being with us this morning. Storytelling is so important. You guys can find more information about the Roots and Wings project by going to kcalnews.com and clicking Seen on TV.